Meer as 4,7 miljard dosisse van die COVID-19-enstof is reeds wêreldwyd toegedien. Hiervan is minder as 90 miljoen dosisse, nie eens 2% van die globale totaal nie, in Afrika toegedien. Dit is dus baie goeie nuus dat die Suid-Afrikaanse BioVac 'n vennootskap met Pfizer gesluit het om van 2022 die enstof op eie bodem te vervaardig en te versprei. Dr. Morena Makuana, uitvoerende hoof van BioVac, is hier by ons om meer te vertel. Doctor, welcome to Winslyn. I think if you spoke to South Africans probably 2 years ago, very few of us would have known what BioVac was all about. Give us some idea, what is it that BioVac does?
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for allowing us to tell our story. It's certainly been a very lonely space until COVID-19 came. And so now at least people can know and even spell vaccines. But just about our company, BioVac, it was essentially established in 2003. And it was the vision of government, in actual fact, soon after democracy, when government realized that we needed to have some capacity in the country. Fortunately, they had foresight in that they wanted it to be a company to be established, but not to be state-owned. And obviously, from what we know now, it's good that it's not state-owned. But so they wanted it to be established, but to be, for it to have a public health impact, but still be privately owned. And so it was formed as a public-private partnership in 2003. And we really just started by importing vaccines, importing vaccines. And I'm sure your viewers would know that, outside of the likes of COVID, vaccines are largely a children's business. They get given to children. So we've really been in the children vaccine space, importing vaccines, and then we raised money to build the facilities. That took a while, a lot of gray hairs at the same time. And then we built the facility slowly and then started producing our pediatric vaccines, before COVID came about. So it's been a 17-year journey.
So we know that there's also a big market for malaria vaccines, which is new, and we know the market is quite big. What's your vision on that, and is BioVac actually going to capitalize on that?
Yeah, so I mean, not only malaria, but let's just take the 3 big diseases that are plaguing Africa. Let's take HIV, let's take TB, let's take malaria. Those are, really diseases that have been with us for ages. Unfortunately, those 3, in terms of developing vaccines, extremely difficult. Extremely difficult bugs to really tailor-make a vaccine, to an extent that one of the companies, GSK, spent over $1 billion developing a vaccine, and it's only 30% effective.
Sure.
So you can imagine it's a big task, even for a multinational to take. So what we are setting up as BioVac is an infrastructure that will be able to absorb the technology wherever it gets developed. So we're developing some of the technology, not malaria, but if a malaria vaccine is available, and there's one that's looking like it is going to be available, we would be ready to absorb that technology. And that's how we hope to be able to at least have some impact on these big diseases, malaria, TB, and HIV, in time to come.
Yeah. So obviously, due to COVID, there's been billions of dollars that are being invested in developing the technology associated with developing vaccines. Have you seen that there's a greater likelihood of foreign investment going into BioVac, saying, well, we'd like to get some African footprint, and how's it looking like at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, prior to 2019, I probably would have answered this differently, because there were voices in the world that say, but why are you guys doing anything? We can get from India, we can get from China cheaply. So why is there a need? But I think COVID-19 has really shown the world that, if we don't have capacity here, we will continue to suffer. So there's been a lot of international interest in terms of partnering with products, partnering in terms of investment, to an extent that even BioVac is raising about 2 billion rand in order to expand our capacity, so that we can be a larger manufacturer.
So talk us through your relationship or your partnership with Pfizer. I mean, Pfizer had the chance to go absolutely anywhere in Africa. There's other places that can manufacture vaccines as well. Tell us about this partnership, and why do you think they chose South Africa as a location, and obviously BioVac?
Yeah, and I think it's an important question, because I think certainly even to other countries, that you need to have a platform and you need to have a foundation. Nobody will come in something, that's not there, that's not proven to do anything. So our partnership with Pfizer was based on a foundation that we had laid with all the investments that BioVac in itself had done. But also we struck a partnership with Pfizer in 2015 already on a vaccine against childhood pneumonia. So when COVID came, knowing that Pfizer had a product, so it was a no-brainer, because we knew them, they knew us, they didn't need to go and do a due diligence. So it was a partnership that was already formed, and so it was quite easy for Pfizer, to enter into a transaction with us on, a vaccine that is already saving millions of lives.
Yeah. So let's talk about the industry in its totality. We see that downscale industries often develop after we get an investment of this size. Do you see that that's going to happen, that this industry as a whole will now get other entrepreneurs that are going to get involved? And if so, how?
Yeah, so it's a very, very important question. So let's take it as an example. So BioVac currently employs 350 people. By the end of next year, will be 500, just because of the, because of the Pfizer transaction. So you obviously have an economic benefit from the people that you employ. But the expansion that we are doing just on COVID alone, if you come to our site in Cape Town, there's a big construction happening now. So you have feeder industries being the engineering industry that is as a side industry that's being developed. And obviously infrastructure is one of the biggest employers that you can have. So just by virtue of us doing Pfizer and us employing 150, but there's an economic benefit that is probably 2 to 3 times, in impact, not only in terms of Cape Town, but also just in terms of the South African economy.
So obviously it's a specialized industry. It's not like somebody from the street just walks in and says, well, I want to work for BioVac. We know that that's a problem in our country, that there is a shortage of specialized skills. Do you see that skills is readily available, or do you have the option of getting those skills from someplace else?
Yeah, that's something that BioVac has been doing from day one. Our business is, whilst it's vaccine, but it's really about people and growing people. So we have, there's 2 sides to this question. So on one hand, we have a very good academic infrastructure, as you know. We have good universities in South Africa that are churning out good graduates. But so we already are fortunate from that perspective. But on another, we have to convert those graduates into real, call it industrialists, but more importantly, biological people. So there's a lot of internal training that we do ourselves in terms of converting those skills. But we also spend a lot, we spend between 3 and 6% of our payroll just on training. And some of it, we send them overseas, they come back, and we're very fortunate that 99.5% of BioVac's employees are South African and South African scientists.
So let's talk about 2022. When will we see the first vaccines distributed to, South Africa and I assume to the rest of Africa? And in terms of scale, how does it look like?
Yeah, so BioVac currently is doing the distribution for Pfizer and J&J. So we're currently moving those vaccines into the provinces in South Africa. But the Pfizer transaction in itself, only from Q3 next year, will we be producing out of our facility in Cape Town. And some of it will remain in South Africa, but a large portion of the 100 million doses will be going out for export. Yeah. So yeah, we can't wait.
Are you excited about 2022?
Absolutely. It's a tough year, but it's very exciting.
Well, you've made me optimistic. Thank you so much for your time. Biotechnologie is die gebruik van lewende sisteme en organismes om produkte te ontwikkel of prosesse te maak vir 'n spesifieke gebruik. Dit oorvleuel dikwels met die verwante velde van bio-ingenieurswese, biomediese ingenieurswese en ook biovervaardiging. Vir duisende jare het die mensdom biotechnologie gebruik in landbou, in die produksie van voedsel en ook medisyne. In die laat 20ste en vroeë 21ste eeu het biotechnologie uitgebrei om nuwe en diverse wetenskappe soos genomika, rekombinante gene tegnieke, toegepaste immunologie en die ontwikkeling van farmaseutiese terapie en diagnostiese toetse in te sluit. As dit alles soos Grieks vir jou klink, bly ingeskakel, want net na die breek vertel ons jou meer.